2009 The Climb, and that was Joe's first hit after winning 2009's X Factor competition. He beat the likes of Reading's Daniel Johnson, Ollie Mures and Stacey Solomon. This year he's been really busy. He was back in January when he won Channel 4's The Jump by beating the likes of Darren Gough, Anthea Turner and Sir Steve Redgrave. He's been to Berkshire already on his Set Your Soul Alive tour, and he's coming back to our patch next week when he visits Camberley. But he's on the line now. Morning, Joe.
Morning, how are you?
I'm good, thank you. And I have to say, Paul and I were totally addicted to The Jump.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we were on tour. We used to rush back to the hotel.
It was one of them shows, wasn't it, where you kind of had to watch it with your hands over your face.
I mean, you were...
In case anybody died, I think.
Yeah, you were incredible. For anybody listening who didn't get to see it, you were actually on holiday, weren't you? And you got a phone call because somebody had pulled out with an injury.
Yeah, I mean, all of the other guys obviously have been training for the past 2 months, and I got asked to do it so last minute, but in a way I think it kind of given a bit of an advantage because psychologically I didn't have time to think about how dangerous it was.
Yeah.
So I just kind of threw myself into it and like really went for it. But yeah, I mean, really intense show. I mean, I came home and I thought I had to go straight on tour after the show, and I literally got home and I lay in bed for about 3 days with black and blue bruises.
Yeah, I'm sure.
And I thought, I can't move.
It was the jump like Eddie the Eagle was famous for, and Eddie was there with you, wasn't he? And Joe came in at the last minute, so he didn't have all the training the others had, and won. And with you, the jump that you did was 17.5 meters, wasn't it?
Yeah, well, I think I was the only person to do the highest jump.
Yeah.
I don't know whether that's an achievement or whether I was just plain stupid.
What did you, the first time you got to, did you start off with the smaller jump? I can't remember now.
Yeah, well, they started me off on the small one, but obviously again, the guys had been training for so long that I had to catch up really quickly if I wanted to be with a chance. So I kind of probably went off it a bit too early, but I thought let's just go for it, get over and jump with it.
But what was it like the first time being up at the top and looking down that you were going to ski down that slope?
Well, it's so high that you can feel the force of gravity pulling you down.
Oh my goodness.
So when you go to stand up, you feel like you're just going to roll down like a bowling ball. It's not a nice sensation at all.
Your knees go to jelly.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, Joe, you've had an incredible time, really, haven't you, since you won X Factor? And, you beat some pretty amazing people because you're amazing yourself. So what's it been like? Because you've done pop star to opera star, haven't you?
Yeah, I mean, it's been a bit of it's been, I think, quite different compared to what I expected, I think, because I've done so many different things, which has been incredible, But I kind of like that. I kind of like that I'm known for trying all these different things. And it's, I mean, sometimes when I sign up for these kind of shows or I'm doing it, like when I said I was doing a classical album, you can feel that people are like rolling their eyes and going, oh, well, this will never work. But it's quite nice, being able to show different sides of what I do, and different, it mixes it up a bit instead of the same old album every year, I like to try different things as an artist and just to go on to a TV show, just to have fun as well, I'm young. It's been an amazing experience.
And I mean, I think in this day and age it's really good because some people sort of get stuck in that stereotype box that, well, they've been on X Factor, the only thing they can do is sing a pop song. And you certainly have not come out of there just being put in that one little box.
Well, I try and break the mold. I try. Sometimes it doesn't work, but I try sometimes.
Well, I'll tell you what, let's listen to one of your songs and then we'll come back and talk a bit more about what happened before at X Factor and how you got there in the first place. Here's Joe McElderry on BBC Radio. McElderry, Dance With My Father, and he's on the line. Joe, so we were just talking about, you won X Factor in 2009, then you had your first single that went to #1 in the UK charts, The Climb. Then you won Pop Star to Opera Star. You've done The Jump this year. You're the first, I think, you've had 4 top 20 albums, and you're the first X Factor contestant to release a 4th album. So, I know you came from South Tyneside, but so before you did X Factor, so what went on in your life before that?
Well, I went to performing arts college, first of all, and I also was a dishwasher at a local theatre restaurant. And I just used to do small gigs, you know. If anybody asked us to perform at the charity night, so having a charity night, or I used to go to the local karaoke around the town, and just kind of built my confidence up, you know, that you obviously go on and do. You can't just go on a big show like X Factor and just kind of throw yourself into it, because it's just a massive, you know, it's a massive commitment, and two, you know, it's a really intense experience. So I'm glad I was able to have a little bit of experience. I mean, I know it wasn't to thousands of people, but it was definitely, you know, an amazing experience.
Well, it is. You've got to walk on the stage or walk on and perform in front of people, haven't you? So I think, you know, it really showed that, you know, that it was something a genre you were comfortable in. So, and I think you learned the television aspect of it very quickly in X Factor.
That's actually half of the I think people don't realise how much that is actually to do with the show, you know?
Yeah.
People think it's just about going up and standing up and singing, but a lot of it is actually about the television side of it as well, you know, and being able to cope with that.
Yeah, and it really is, isn't it? And it's not as easy as people will think. It's not just standing there in front of a camera.
Yeah, no, not at all.
And so, I mean, everyone who I've said that I was interviewing you today, one of the things they all want me to ask you is, you know, it was quite obvious that you and Cheryl Cole became great mates on X Factor. Did you get invited to her wedding?
I was actually in Vegas. I was in Las Vegas when the wedding was on. Yeah, I mean, she got married in Robert at the party in London. Yeah. And I was on holiday, so I couldn't go.
Oh, what a shame. But you're still in touch and things, so I mean, you really did look very close.
Yeah, well, we know people who are very close who work with her and that work with me management wise, and we still catch up when we can. I went to our industry party last year, I think it was, and it's difficult to catch up because we're always in different places, but we're still very much in touch, you know, and whenever we see each other, you know, we'll have a proper catch up. It's not like just a hi and then we'll off.
I mean, I always say to people, because I've only met her once, but I always say she looks beautiful on television and in pictures, but live she is absolutely stunning, isn't she?
Yeah, I mean, she's like a little doll, bless her.
Yeah, gorgeous.
She's like a little a Barbie doll. She's just absolutely stunning.
So, Jo, now, getting back to your touring show, you're coming near here to Camberley very shortly. And so what can people expect as they come along to the show?
Well, the show is it's one of the acoustic shows in Camberley, so it's kind of it's extra days following on from the big tour that we've done, but it's very stripped back. So the show is a lot more relaxed. It's got all songs of my previous 4 albums. We do a big special bit in the show called Jukebox Joe, where the audience can actually shout out requests, and we will try and unrehearsed do little bits of the song, which is really fun.
Great.
It's like a little bit of a karaoke time.
Fabulous. So
But it's a fun show. It's got some of the classical stuff in, obviously. But obviously, when we're doing it stripped back and it's acoustic with just piano and guitar, we can really change the arrangements around it, the classical stuff as well, which is really cool.
Yeah. So it's like so they really get to see, you know, what you're capable of. Let's put it that way. So there's a lot.
Well, yeah. I mean, I'm strict there, so there's no hiding behind it.
Absolutely. I'm sure a lot of people would like that, Jo. Anyway, listen, we hope you have a great rest of your tour and a fabulous night when you come to Camberley. I'm sure you'll get lots of people from this area going along to see you. I've really enjoyed talking to you, and I really wish you well in the future.
Thank you. Thank you very much for your time.
Yeah, not at all. Jo McElderry.